Your PPC ad agency is sending your ad traffic to your homepage, and you're paying for every single click. Most businesses say PPC didn't work. They hired the wrong agency, they had the wrong structure, maybe tracking wasn't there, wrong questions asked before they signed. And today I'm going to give you 8 questions that will tell you everything you need to know about whether a PPC agency is actually going to produce results or produce a very nice monthly report that you'll eventually stop reading. I've managed paid search campaigns for well over a decade, and I've seen both kinds of agencies up close. And some of the things that the bad agencies do are genuinely creative. So let's get into it. First, a quick reality check on what PPC actually is. You pay Google every time someone clicks your ad. If that person books or buys, you made money. If they don't, you didn't. Simple in theory, the execution is where everything ends up falling apart. The first place it falls apart is the landing page. And here's what I mean. You're a dental practice and you turn on ad for dental implants near me. Someone searches that, they're not browsing, they've already decided that they want your implants. They're choosing who to call, so your ad appears. Then they click it and they land on your homepage, which talks about your entire practice and your team and your history and maybe what you're about. 6 different services that the patient had urgency, and your homepage just drained it. Conversion rate when you send a paid click to a homepage is well under 1%. Same campaign service specific landing page that says dental implants, same day consultations, and here's the number, is closer to 4%. The same ad budget, 3 to 4 times the results. That is the difference between a campaign that loses money and one that averages around $4.14 return for every dollar spent, which is what our clients average after around 4 months of management with us. So one question to ask any PPC agency is, do you build service-specific landing pages or do you just send traffic to my existing website? The answer is we send traffic to your website and they have no plan to change that. Thank them for their time and be done. Account ownership and call tracking. These are 2 questions that sound administrative, and they're not. Question 2, who owns a Google Ads account? Some agencies build your campaigns in their own account so that when you leave with nothing. No data, no conversion history, no audience lists, and you hand the next agency a blank slate. And then you pay for that learning curve all over again. It's frustrating. Require that the account is in your name and that you have admin access from day one. Any agency that pushes back on this is not working in your best interest. Question 3, how do you track phone calls back to specific keywords? If an agency cannot tell you which keyword produced which call, well, then they're managing your budget by feel, and feel is really expensive strategy. The answer you want involves tracking software. Tools like CallRail assign unique phone numbers and specific ads and keywords. So you know exactly this is the keyword that produced 14 phone calls this month, and this one got clicks and no calls, so that you can pause it. That is what managed PPC really looks like. Without call tracking, you might as well be running a billboard. Questions 4 and 5 actually go together. Negative keywords and active optimization. Question 4, what is a negative keyword strategy? Then watch their face if they go blank and you've learned something really important here. Here is why this matters. If you run a dental implant campaign without a negative keyword list, then you're also going to show up for dental implant DIY kit, dental assistant job openings, dental school free care, dental implant complaints Reddit. Every one of those searches costs you money. None of those are people calling to book an appointment. A good agency will review the search term report every week and adds new negative keywords consistently. It is one of the fastest ways to cut wasted spend, and almost nobody does it consistently. Okay, question 5. What specific change did you make last month for a current client, and why? Optimization is a vague background activity. The answer should sound a little something like this. Well, we paused 4 keywords that had a high click rate, but they just weren't converting. Then we added 20 negatives to the base search term report, split one ad group into 2 so that we could write more specific copy. Our click-through rate went from 4% and then went up to 6.2%. If the answer is, well, we're always optimizing, you need to ask for the specifics. Always optimizing with no examples means nothing changed. Pull your Google Ads charge history right now. If nothing has been touched in 30 days, then nothing has been managed. Questions 6, 7, and 8 are quick. What is your average cost per lead for clients in my industry? Push for a number. A competent agency already has the benchmarks. For healthcare and in most markets, a well-managed search campaign produces leads in the $40 to $120 per lead range, depending on the service. Implants can run a little higher, general care terms a little lower. If they can't answer this, well, then they either don't track it or the results aren't repeatable. Well, neither is good. Question 7, do you build specific landing pages? We just covered this, but it's worth asking twice. Number 8, what is included in your management fee? Get it in writing. The fee should cover a campaign setup, keyword research, ad copy, landing page management, bid adjustments, negative keyword maintenance, call tracking setup, and a monthly report in plain language. Not charts of impressions, actual results. Calls, form fills, and leads. Here's the part that nobody in this space talks about. PPC does not work in a vacuum. The practices that we see producing the strongest returns are not running Google Ads alone. They're building SEO authority at the same time. They're posting consistent social content, and they're producing a lot of short videos. Think about it this way. PPC fills your schedule right now, but if someone clicks your ad and then looks at your social media and find it's a profile that just hasn't posted since 2023, you spent close to $80 to lose a patient. The ad got the click. The empty social presence lost the conversion for you. PPC is a direct response accelerator. It works best when there's a real brand behind it. That's the piece that most agencies aren't going to tell you because they only sell PPC. Here's what to take from this. 8 questions, landing pages, account ownership, and call tracking, negative keywords, active optimization, cost per lead benchmarks, fee structures, and what the rest of your digital presence is going to look like. The agencies doing real work is going to be able to answer every one of these clearly. The ones producing polished reports about very little will get vague. Use the questions. If you want to know specifically what Google Ads campaign costs in your market and what kind of return is realistic for your practice, my suggestion is reach out to Arcane Marketing. We'll give you a straight answer. Our link is right below the video, and all you have to do is ask.